Human initiative. We just showed
Oh,
up
yeah,
and
we
we're
have
about to
people
start talking.
We have people waiting now for us. No.
No, don't worry. I didn't make an event. Because that doesn't work with this thing anyway. Oh, I clicked the thing. Why did I click a thing?
This is more
It's
of
fine.
a hype thing where you go, oh my god, the stream. You never know when the next stream is, so you're
Hey,
extra special when there is one.
I will say, and I do this in English as well, because you do have an audience in the other group who are very
Whoa, the one. Ooh, thank you for watching.
No. All right. So
they just messaged me they're gonna stop watching now.
It's my first
Yeah.
and only fans.
Whew, that was.
yeah, you're not making a bet.
Ja, oké.
Dat was
Demonetized.
Oh no, don't worry about that. Ik ben nog niet gemonetized, laat
Het is
staan.
niet omdat jij alle dagen op OnlyFans zit dat wij daar ook moeten zitten, hè, Ewout? Allee, ja.
And this is auto closed capturing, by the way, so er wordt vertaald als het moet.
Oh shit. Ken je gewoon de Antwerps of slocht hij wat tegen?
Als je in tijd begint, is het een beetje moeilijker, want als je heel hard in het accent gaat, dan heb je Google Cloud dat je proberen doen voor te dicteren, zo, dat wel een probleem ermee. Want ik moest mijn taal een beetje verzorgen en in het A en B praten. En zeker zien dat mijn A's en E's, dat die correct waren.
Een West-Vlaming die vervolgt zijn ik en jij en wat nog allemaal, maar wij vervolgen ons A's en ons I's. Allee,
ja. Hey man, denk eraan, ik heb logopedie moeten volgen, hè?
Kan van het keel.
Ik heb dit moeten leren, anders ging ik niet door mijn... lang geleden.
Ik heb in het vierde middelbaar gehoord, Jannik, ik geef u algemeen Nederlands op en dan wist ik, ja, dat komt niet meer goed.
Maar met een beetje inzet, Jannik, kan iedereen het leren.
Concentratie vooral. Want als ik die verlies, dan schuif ik nogal snel uit.
Anyway. Y'all stalling this motherfucker.
No, we're not. Let's start the game already.
Yeah, Stalin.
Okay, Stalin?
Good.
No.
Wait, hold on. If we never take a turn, then we can't die, because it won't ever be his turn.
Sure.
If a tree falls in the woods.
Dat is eigenlijk echt een middelbare leerkracht had die over fotografie en dan moesten die gewoon over fotografie beginnen laten praten en dan waren die beter.
Ja.
Dan kunnen we dan over tribes beginnen en dan
Ja. No, today's traumas. No. Right, motherfuckers. Okay. So, last time was quite eventful, or at least uneventful in the agency of the players. Condoned the fact that you did quite well in the roleplay and your ideas were solid. The roles, however, were not.
They were not.
They were not. Not. So, you are currently in the speakeasy of the Ember Veins. You are in an empty bar, faced with the leader of the Ember Veins, Malachi the Blaze, a fire genasi of undetermined skills, who has somewhat reached the end of his condoning of your existence. You tried to reason, you tried to threaten, you tried to persuade. Sadly, it was not to be. Those of you who are quick enough see Malachi reach and starts to motion something with his hand. You all have your speed, your initiative to try and act before a certain something happens. So I'm asking you all, firstly, to roll initiative.
But does it look like a spell he's muttering?
Yeah. Here we go.
Oh, no.
Johan, mag ik Dario gebruiken?
Ja.
Gebruiken, alsjeblieft.
You.
Allee.
No!
Oh my god.
Oh!
Gord, it's up to you.
Ja,
All of them!
degene in het laagste initiatief, die mogen beginnen, of wat?
Yeah, low is good,
Sure,
right?
yeah. Gord is. You are now an owner of the Dario. This is your plan all along. Okay.
I'm not giving
Dario can still roll. Oh,
Dario.
he's not here, but there you
Yes.
go.
How did we roll 2 1s?
How did we not roll anything above 10 last time?
Het is nog nooit zo belangrijk om goede initiatief te rollen. Hè?
It's never been. Yeah. Well, I mean, Malachi might roll shit.
Yeah, but
Yep. All right. The
I
guy
don't
with
think
plus
he'll roll
5 to
below a 0,
initiative.
though.
All right. So I will now, because I will show him actually. Here's Malachi. He's on the map. Hello. Oh, by the way, let's for shits and giggles. For shits and giggles.
I don't see the map. Oh, there's the map. Okay, there.
There we go. I will. Kalindal is part of this as well.
Damn, he looks cool.
He pretty
it
cool.
looks too symmetric.
He is a very symmetric little person. Yes, it might be because he's AI generated. Oh well. Oops. Okay. So let's roll Malachi's initiative, shall we?
Does it look like he's signaling someone or he's casting something?
Let's
Or I have
find
no
out on
idea.
your turn.
Yeah, but
Yeah, initiative.
yeah, but
Yeah,
counterspell is
Counterspell. We'll see on his turn.
okay.
Depends on if he's casting.
All right, yeah, true.
So, which, by the way,
Got my shit.
yeah, I should have checked his import because not all of his spells are here.
That's fine.
Oh well.
He's a caster.
Let's do toggle combat state and roll his initiative. Normal roll, I'm not giving him advantage. Okay,
That's a shit roll.
that is a very shitty roll.
There were 2 who rolled shittier, though. Wait.
Fair enough. Okay. So, that is the order. We are beginning combat.
Het
But,
is een vrij kleine ruimte, denk ik. Hè? Niet...
yep.
Yes, we are.
Ja.
Yep.
30 feet of is dat mijn idee?
Well, you are all within close range. So I am just going to have to check real quick because I had a bunch of stuff. Sorry, jongens, ik heb.
And then you blame us of stalling.
Ja, but half zijn spels zijn niet geïmporteerd, dus ja, oké.
Well, on the bright side, I can't make a stupid move because I don't have a move. So there's that.
There we go. There we go. Yeah,
Well,
that
I
is
already
in-
tanked 1 fireball, so
There we go.
I miss Enromast.
It's just grabbing his wallet and showing us a picture of his family or something. That's the movement he's doing.
There we go. Sorry, I was... This is what you get when I have to do these things after a long day of work. That's fine. Okay, so first up is Dario.
Yes. Dario will cast Fairy Fire. Oh,
Okay. And he makes a dexterity save.
It's probably very dexterous, isn't he?
Yes.
Ja, ik had niet gezien dat het dexterity was, natuurlijk. But it's something Jens said.
20. Oh, sorry. Private reveal. Public roll. There you go. 20. So he saves. He is not very fired.
That's a shame. En heeft hij bonusacties? Hele laag, wat is dat?
As making his staff a little bit more
Ja, maar dat is niet.
hitty stuffy.
Dan kan ik er al niet meer raken. Hè.
Nope. Okay.
That's my action, I guess.
All right.
Ja, that's my action.
Gordon.
Gord will go in melee range.
Okay.
Kan hij op de map doen?
Sure.
Kan ik zien waar het hem grijpt?
Right now he's just got his hand in his vest, basically.
Hand in his vest.
Yep.
Dus dat is in zijn vest. Als ik een grapple doe, kan hij dat mogelijk nog altijd activeren. Hè? Dus dan ga ik hold person casten.
Okay. Wisdom save.
Allee, gast.
+9.
Well,
Oeh, wisdom save +9.
that's not good.
Yep.
I guess that's mine too.
No, we will. Wait.
Ik ga er zo achter staan. Proberen.
Okay. Good try. Calendula.
Beheers ik die ook? Of,
Ja, Dario is er niet.
want ik ken die dingen niet doen. Hè.
Juist. Ja, zeg maar waar je ze wilt laten doen.
Geen fire breath. Ik kan die proberen grappelen. En hem- of-
Technically, not really.
dus hem
Not really one of her abilities now.
gewoon een attack dan. Ja.
Alright. I will say she does have a weakening breath instead of a fire breath. All strength things are worse for a 1 minute.
Nee, gewoon een aanval, denk ik.
Alright. Bites.
Ja.
Okay.
that
That.
hits.
Yeah. That will hit. Yeah. For 10 points. Alright. Somebody did damage. Then Nolan, you are the last one before he gets the turn.
Yes. So I will slowly walk back to try that in the door frame. If there is any door frame.
I mean, there are doors, but they are closed right now, except for the one you came
we
in.
came through, yeah.
Yeah,
So
that
can I
would
still-
be. I will allow that to be 30 feet away. Sure.
Okay.
So you
then-
get up. So please note, all of this is happening within 6 seconds. So all of this. So the one thing you see is Nolan just turning around and starting to run. Just
Yeah. And then I will cast. If you want to try it, I'll cast Banishment.
Oh,
okay.
maar die rolt als een feest, zeg.
It's a charisma. Not sure how charismatic this guy is.
Wait. He's a Genasi, right? So this is his
Yes.
home plane. So you
Yes.
can like actually banish him.
Yeah, no, I want to kill him.
You-
So
Maybe.
I want
If you,
to.
Okay.
if
We'll
you-
see.
well,
We'll
wait.
see what.
Let's see what happens.
Charisma save. Okay, so he is going to counterspell that.
Can I counterspell that?
So I will say, this he needs. So the banishment is level 3 or a 4 spell?
4.
It's a 4th, yeah. So he's definitely going to cast at. Yeah, I need to be real sure about. Yeah, he'll cast his counterspell level 4, so he definitely counters your banishment regardless.
Yeah, I can't counterspell that, right? Because I'm already doing banishment.
No,
No, you can use your
if
reaction
you-
to counterspell a counterspell.
Okay.
yeah, but what level are you casting counterspell?
3rd.
Right, so you do have to roll for it.
Yes.
Cool.
Okay.
We're bad at that.
Yeah.
Roll.
Yeah, I will. So yeah, I'll click mine here as well. Ugh.
Oh god, that sucks.
Okay, so
It's your intellect.
Yes. Which is
13 dan zeker.
the modifier is +4.
That's 12.
12.
We needed a 14.
yep.
I rolled crap.
We always
Okay.
do.
And I wasted 2 spell slots.
Oh,
So you don't
Well-
counterspell his counterspell.
No.
And he
Yeah, so
counterspells your
Yes.
banishment.
Well,
There's
you
a lot of
did
magic going back and forth.
Yeah, it's a little bit of Magic the Gathering going on.
4
There we
spels
go.
zijn er al geweest en er is nog niks gebeurd.
Yep. I want to slow play this so everything
Yeah.
is correct. And I'll do the play-by-play when everything happens. So he will. You try to counterspell his 4th level counterspell. So you run away first, turn around. You see, you cast the banishment. He raises his hand, and you see this arcane burning sigil in the air. You try to negate it by ramming your own counterspell in that, and in a spark, everything dissipates.
I was hoping he was going to counterspell the whole person.
I thought about it,
Mm-hmm.
but I knew he was gonna have a good roll on that. So, okay. With that,
Yep.
you counterspelled the counterspell, so you are out of reactions.
Yes, I cannot do anything.
So he's going to simply show his hand and point upwards as both his hands start to burn with fire. And he will use his own innate ability to cast Burning Hands. A simple innate spell upwards. You see for a moment that this packed dirt ceiling glistens for a moment as the fire touches it. And the flames, they roll over the entire ceiling. And then you hear these little pops, these little snaps, these little sizzles of fuses hidden above. This is not something that was done for you. This is something, a contingency that has been here for a very long time. The ember veins. You see veins, embers crawl across the entire area. And then there is a flash of light. I need you all to make dexterity saving throws, please.
I love dexterity.
So bad at those.
See now that
Wow, Dario heeft 18 dexterity.
Yeah.
Ja,
That's why you wanted to use bows.
Maar 16 wisdom.
ja, ik wou het zeggen.
he works
Alright.
out, okay?
Ja,
Yeah.
oké.
Parkour.
And for Calendula as well. Saving throw. Okay. She tries to fly up, but she can't go anywhere.
We feast on dragons tonight.
Those of you who rolled above a 15 or higher, you made your save.
Alright.
The explosion is what hits first. After the blinding light, all you feel is fire. You are engulfed in a sea of flame. And then you suddenly feel a heavy pressure within this blinding light that suddenly crushes you, your bones, the weight of the entire ceiling, locking you all in place.
Does my door frame help? I don't know.
Well, Nolan, you know what? I'll allow you to roll again to see if you had it with advantage.
Okay.
Because we're really trying not to kill you here. Okay, 16. So, again, those of you 15 or higher. So, not Boris, not Boris.
En Calendula.
And Calendula.
She's immune to fire, I assume.
She's immune to fire. So, I'm going to be rolling some dice. It's in two parts. One part fire, one part bludgeoning.
Oh.
I have evasion.
Yes,
I
you
don't know
do.
how, but I've dodged all of it.
Yeah. So this is going to be interesting because you are still going to be entombed. You are now.
Yeah, but
So
I
the
don't know how, but
explosion
that's-
happens. You manage, the beams of the ceiling are coming down. You manage to dodge out of the way, block the explosion engulfing you. Somehow, some devilish luck, some psychic ability to wrap yourself around, not take the fire, and as everything comes rushing down, engulfing everyone, you are safe within a beam that is broken. You are still constrained and considered restrained, but it is not crushing you right now. However, there is smoke, there is fire, there is dust, and you are having trouble breathing. But here comes the initial damage for everyone except frickin' Cassius the rogue.
Sorry.
That is a bad roll. That is actually a bad roll.
I'm glad I'm in a door frame.
Your average was 108, so Or
Yeah.
max was 108, so that was an above average roll though.
I would have died.
So there is 27 points of fire damage. Calendula takes none of that.
Is he immune or resistant?
Immune to fire. Golden Dragon. And then 60 points of bludgeoning damage, which she takes fully. She has 60 HP. She is dying. The rest of you, Boris, you take the full brunt of that.
Ik zie maar één rol, niet?
We only see 60.
We saw a roll of 60.
Yeah,
Okay,
so you can click on it and open it up and see the two.
Echt,
Dan is het toch 27 en 33.
Yeah.
Yeah, which
60
is...
in totaal.
60.
Oh yeah, okay, juist.
Yeah, but you
Sorry.
did 27 and then another 60.
33, nee, yeah, you're right. Dus dit min 33, sorry. I was getting a little excited.
33 then.
Yeah, 33, alright. Still up. So yeah. Boris takes 60 at 4 hit points, okay. Dario takes half that, so 30 damage. Nolan as well, you take 30 damage. You guys got really lucky.
Yes.
Okay. So, with that, you are now all considered restrained, covered in dirt, and there is smoke and fire restricting your breathing. You are locked, and you are completely scattered from each other. You don't see, you're basically blinded. I will say, Gord, I'll allow you a perception roll to see what happened with Malachi. To see if in the last moments you saw something happen or not.
He said he was going. He had a way of.
Okay, 15. So, as everything exploded, and he casts the burning hands on the ceiling, you saw automatically a portal open, and he stepped through and is now gone.
Okay.
And
Ja,
you
dan
can
niet
tell,
springen.
no,
Nee, kan niet. Zou
it is,
niet zijn.
you get the feeling that he didn't actually cast it. There's something around his neck, a little statue that started to glow the second he detonated everything. And it seemed he had a contingency planned.
That's what he said last time. So.
Yep. So he's gone. You're all stuck now. Now this becomes survival. So I'm going to remove Malachi. We're still going down initiative. Cassius,
Yes.
what are you doing?
I'm stuck, I'm restrained, I'm covered in dirt. Yeah, I can't see anywhere, right? It's just
No,
I'm in
you're
a-
just you're
I'm
sitting
in a
in a little
Minecraft
cubby,
2x1 hole stuck in dirt.
Yep.
There's
and you hear the groaning of the wood. This is not
cracking
over.
and
Yep.
further collapsing. Oh shit. I'm stuck. I have nothing that helps.
No.
Yeah, no, I can't do. Well, I could do one thing, but it would hurt a lot and probably not work. And I don't know where anyone else is, so I'm just gonna. My inherent telepathy from the telepathy feed. I need to be able to see people to communicate with them in that way, right? No, wait, I didn't. Hang on. Did I activate my telepathy thing before we walked in here? Can anyone remember?
You were talking
I think
telepathically,
you
I
said
believe.
you
Yeah.
did, yes.
I think
Yep.
I did.
Because
Because I don't need visual in order for that to work, so I'll just I'll reach out to all of my companions and ask if they're okay or not, and see if there's a response or not. I don't know how. Like this is one turn, so how many people I can reach
Yeah,
out to?
so I will say because it's mentally, you can like ping them and say, "Is
Yeah.
anyone still out there?" And
Yeah.
you can expect a response on their turn. I'll say.
Okay. Yeah.
Um,
I'll let them know.
so-
Like I'm fine, but I am stuck
Yeah.
and I don't have a way
Yeah.
to get out.
Mechanically, this is a skill challenge. So anything you can think of, we can try and put a roll to, right? So if you want to move dirt, if you want to start digging, if you want to, try to secure the location where you're in. Yeah.
I want to try and see, because like I can throw a dagger and teleport through it. So can I like try and orient myself, figure out, or at least
Kicked out of the game.
try and look at the direction that I think is where we came in from, and like start digging like a narrowish hole so that I could, if I end up seeing an open space, I could like throw a dagger through it and teleport. So I'm
Okay.
trying to dig a tunnel, but like not big enough for me, but big enough for me to throw a dagger through.
Okay.
That's something I can start working on.
Okay. So right now you are disoriented. You have no idea what's up, down, left, or right.
Yeah.
Because it is pitch dark, but you have your goggles, so you can have a little bit of night vision, right? All right. So first, roll. I'll say roll a d4 for me.
God, how the hell did I do that? That's just R1D4, right? Yes.
Yep. Okay. And let's start tracking this little great escape here. Okay. So I will say make a so you're trying to do this deftly, so I'll allow you to make it just a straight dexterity roll for me if you're just gonna start digging
that's
around.
just a dexterity ability check then, right?
Yeah, just straight up. Okay.
Well, I'm good at that at least.
Good. So you start digging a little bit. Stone starts falling a little bit. You hear a little tremor. Like, okay, careful. Go around. You can, and you do find a little pocket, let's say, where another beam has fallen and parts of the bar got thrown. But there's nobody in there. So that is another area. I will say though, at the end of that, smoke is still very, very pervasive. There's not a lot of air in here. So I need you to make a Constitution save, please.
It's a normal roll, right?
Yeah.
Never mind.
Okay.
Now I can do it.
So yeah. Right now you're not suffering from hypoxia just yet, but you're, there are an amount of friends of air left here. Boris,
Yes.
you are wedged in rock and dirt. You have a large piece of wood stuck through your shoulder. You can't move. You can't see. You're completely closed in.
Okay. I respond to Cassius barely, and then I spit out some blood. What can I grasp from the situation? Where am I situated? Is there anything I can move? How do I get the beam out?
Yeah, you're currently I will say there's a little bit of movement in your legs. You don't have anything broken per se. That was quite lucky. But you know you're barely conscious and you can barely breathe. You're struggling to catch your breath, actually. With the smoke and dust and what little pocket of air is in here. But you are immobile. You are restrained.
Yeah, that's a pickle. Let's start with this. Just to get some better outcomes. Mijn paard werd meegeheeld, vreemd genoeg.
Ja, dat is ook onder de controle blijkbaar.
I can't get the beam out of my shoulder, so I can get some more movement, or I can try
You can certainly try, but that would be an athletics roll to try and move yourself and the debris to try and free yourself.
That's what I would like to do, but I already used an action for my cure wounds.
Yeah, but I'll say because of this is a skill challenge, I will allow you to do environmental-based things as well.
So I'll try to create some room to get up and then move about.
Okay, so make an athletics roll for me. 13 is not enough. So you try to move, and I will say, because you are impaled, okay, you take 1 point of piercing damage because of it.
That's splinteren.
Yeah. So it was like, oh, no, we're not doing that. Okay. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw at the end of that, please.
Oh, dat is toch gekant.
Okay.
Fuck.
So Boris, you have a Constitution of 15, which is a +2. So with that, I believe you have
3 minutes.
3 minutes.
Holding his breath normally.
Yeah. And that got reduced now because you starting to hack and cough, and the dust and smoke that you wrenched out dislodged a lot of things, and you still have some breath, but your breath is now reduced. So that's another note. Yeah, so Cassius was fine. Or this Cassius, I'll say that now, by the way. So Cassius, your Constitution is also 2, so you still have 3 minutes of air. Yeah. Then Boris, you're down to 2. Oké. Als er iemand claustrofobie heeft, dan moeten ze het zeggen, maar sorry dat ik op voorhand moet zien.
Right.
Actually, I'm terrified of explosions in underground layers caused
I
by
didn't
DnD.
go.
So
Didn't
Yeah.
go
if we
that
could roll that back and not do that, that would be.
Okay, great. So we'll be in a field of flowers outside, just frolicking into the beautiful spring air,
But I'm allergic to flowers.
and then a dragon eats you.
Dus er
Dario's
gewoon
up.
aan, hè. In the field of flowers. It's
Yeah.
oh, crap, I'm dead.
The flowers are carnivores. So Dario, what's Dario doing?
Oh yeah, right, that's me. I will turn into a giant badger. Thanks to
Okay.
Eos. He did that in the past. He has a wisdom
Yeah.
advantage on wisdom checks smell.
I think get one wild shape left, no?
To
En
We
die
took a
een burst
short
speed
rest, I
van
think.
10 feet. Nee, 2 dingen nog.
Yeah, we took a short rest, so it came back.
Ah, right, yes.
Badger.
Badger,
De
badger.
Mushroom.
Mushroom,
Giant badger.
mushroom.
Giant
I
badger.
will give you control over the giant badger. Gord is now an owner. Mr.
Got a
Super
proud owner
Sneeze.
of one giant badger.
Yep,
Congratulations.
just the one. I'm not gonna morph him into it because that's a thing that apparently this thing can do, but I am lazy today, so there you are.
En dan wil ik eerst smellen, maar dat is mijn actie, hè?
Yep,
Eentje, maar ik heb mijn movement nog. En dan kan ik perception doen voor mijn vrienden te vinden.
sure, go for it.
Spell-based.
Yep,
Dan is dat met advantage.
which, yeah, I'll. There's a lot of smoke. There's a lot of dust.
Normal roll then.
But I
So-
smell horribly. It's like old man sweat. So
Sure, but you're 30 fucking feet
me.
away, motherfucker.
yeah, that's true.
So, okay, here's the thing, right? The Badger's got also 2 con. Either you roll straight for the thing, or you roll Constitution first. If you save, then you can do it with advantage.
Saving throw constitution, hè?
Yeah. No, okay, so straight roll on the perception. I don't want to nerf the creature, but there is a lot of smoke.
Ja, tuurlijk.
Okay, but still good. Okay, so
I don't see the rolls. What?
No?
Ah, never mind.
Reloaden waarschijnlijk.
Yes.
okay, so I need to.
And I'll
Figure
try
out
to
where we
pinpoint any of my allies.
Yeah, I need to check
Daar
some
heeft naar geen loot te
things.
gaan zoeken met dat beest en maat.
I smell loot.
Actually, can I smell for loot?
Bacon.
I'll wait till
Uh,
Mark's dead and then I'll loot him.
Yeah, he was already dead when I found him, guys. Sorry.
De laatste keer dat hij meer eens
Ja,
kon
dat
graven, ik weet nog wat dat hem gedaan is. Hè.
What are you chewing on? I like just a clavicle.
It's what he would have wanted.
It's Boris's shoulder with a beam stuck through it.
Yep. It's sauteed. Alright,
Poison, no, no.
so-
I'll cast Purify Food and Drink. Wait, what?
alright. So I will say so we're going with 4 directions, right? So we're going with north, east, south, west. You are here, so you would. Okay. Closest to you is a pocket
Voor mij wel.
to your north. And you smell Cassius. To your south, I will say you smell blood. And that's it right now.
A badger is carnivorous, right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Omnivore, technisch gezien.
Kan ik inschatten hoe ver? Gigantisch was die kamer niet, hè?
17, yeah, it's not that far. I mean, you were all pretty close. You got thrown around a little bit. But, what's your burrow? 10 feet? Yeah, maybe.
Ja. Dus ik zeg dan met de mindlink tegen Cassius. I'm fine, I'm a badger now. And I smelled some blood, so I'm gonna try to find the wounded one. En ik ga 10 feet south op zoek naar.
Alright. I will say, make a survival roll for me with the badger.
Badger.
Badger's good at surviving?
I don't know actually. Who's better?
Wild
here?
animal. They
Survival
survive
is-
every single
Survival
day.
is
Nope.
wisdom actually.
That's Are we
So I'll think we'll do a +2, which doesn't really matter because so you dig through. You sense that the blood is getting stronger in the air. However, even for badgers, there is an instability here. So I will say things are starting to collapse around you and you start to lose your way and can't quite find this blood. It's getting closer, but then the tunnel you've been digging collapses and locks you in again. Well, isn't a problem because a badger has burrowing, but you will get conked on the head for 7 points of bludgeoning damage as everything collapses and closes in more on you.
Oké, dan badger ik heb nog 6 AP over.
Badgers don't have a
Yeah.
lot of hit points.
Nope,
If that
even the
happens,
giant
really?
ones.
Really?
13 AP hebben die.
I thought giant
Yeah.
badger would be like okay.
Then
they
that
have
was
points
Dario.
for the commoner, so I mean.
Yeah,
Gord.
Good.
Gord, you are also locked in, however, so yeah, you're stuck, impaled with multiple things, but you feel no pain, nor do you feel the need to breathe. You're simply stuck, unable to move, but this is almost peaceful right now. A strange sense of perhaps this is where we are, or where I am supposed to be.
He's a dwarf, he's right at home.
Exactly.
I mean,
Maar
he's not a dwarf anymore.
Er is
but-
wel overal rubble, ik zie niks van vijanden
Ja.
of ik zie geen
Nope.
5 verder.
Nope.
Wel, wat heb ik? Niet veel. Ik kan... Dat is een action. Kan ik doen? Ik kan weinig doen. Hè. Ik kan me er door poweren.
Mhm.
Dus ik ga op strange ways proberen mijn eigen vrijheid te kraken en rubble
Oké.
opzij duwen. En I
Alright.
have a crowbar if I need it, but
You have a
I really
crowbar.
need- yeah.
Go for
Wait,
it.
the situation.
If you could reach for it, as you're currently locked into the whole thing. But I will say go ahead and make an athletics throw for me.
Athletics. 24.
Okay. So you manage to dislodge yourself and you suddenly hear a collapse. So you do free yourself, but in the process are going to further hurt you. So you also get 11 points of damage from a further collapse. You get one of those wooden beams dislodges that was blocking you, but it just also pierces you in the back of your neck, and you just momentarily scrunch through it. But you are free. You are in little pockets. A tiny little place here. You can't see anyone yet, but you do have movement. You can move. You can try and start digging or whatever you want to do.
Ja, is dat mijn actie of niet?
That was your action, yeah. Well, no, I said movement-based, event-based things you can roll for, no problem. You still have an action, I'd say, to speed this along.
Yeah, I want to move toward the direction where my allies were.
Okay, so
Like
roll a
until
d4
right
for me.
A D4.
Yep. To see where you ended up. Okay.
Dan rol ik eens high, hè. Dan maakt dat helemaal niet uit.
Okay. So I will allow again, like maybe survival or perception if you want to try and smell, or if you want to try and try to know again where people might have been. So either perception or survival, your choice. Okay. You hear a lot of things, actually. You hear some digging happening somewhere. You hear a scream of pain somewhere else. And a lot of movement, a lot of... apart from what you did, you hear more of it collapsing. And you realize as well that if you weren't where you are right now, you would have had trouble breathing. There's a lot of smoke and dust and ash in the air here.
Yeah, I will go towards the cry of pain and try to dig my way towards there. That sounded closest, I guess.
Okay.
If I can hear him.
So yeah, you start digging. I will say for the rest of your turn you'll do that. That would be to your south. So you're going down as well.
Digging towards the pain.
Yep. Okay. Calendula's turn, which is now also yours.
She took a lot of damage, I guess, and she's also...
She's alone. She's restrained. She is completely locked in because she is also impaled by something because she failed her roll. So she is hurting. She does have 3 constitution, so she will have 4 minutes of breathing.
Yeah, I guess she's just try to get free and also dig towards
Okay.
any sound she can hear, any...
Alright, so athletics. It's mostly a Robin session today, by the way. He's got 3 characters right now. He's basically the DM.
Ik wou juist zeggen, ik wil ook wel eens spelen als Robin. Het is
Als
goed,
we
hè,
met
maar...
anders, we kan het helaas spelen. Dat.
They're all in the same in the same order. So.
Yeah. So she does get free. She unimpaled herself, but the 2d6 damage here do happen. So she takes 6 more points of damage. So she's at 21 right now out of 60.
And she will also let out a cry for help to let us know where she is. Like,
all right. So all of you in the distance will see. Yeah, you hear a squeal of a young dragon echoing throughout. I think Nolan, maybe you wouldn't hear that because of your failing hearing and the fact that you are very far away.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, Nolan, you as well. You did make your save because you are still in that door frame. So, except now it is about here, and you have this beam flat against your face, and you're scrunched up like the little golem that you are, and all again unable to move. You can move your hands, but that's about it.
Okay. Like I can't see anything apart from dirt.
Yeah, you're pitch black. It's pitch black.
Then I will activate my Geomancer's Rope Earth Glide.
Yes.
I can click on it, but nothing happens. Right, yeah. 1d4 turns.
Okay.
So I have to roll the 1d4. So I have Earth Glide for 2 turns. And I will make my way to the alley we came from, hoping that that thing didn't collapse, or until I have a clear
Okay.
where I can stand.
So, Earth Glide, how much exact is the speed of that? Let's see here.
I don't know. Doesn't say on the Earth Glide.
No?
You can burrow through non-magical, unworked earth and stone. I'll have to look for the spell.
Okay, yeah, so it's just your full movement, actually. So you have 30 feet of movement.
Yes. And I know
Okay.
exactly where.
Yeah, because you have the keen mind feat, so
Yes.
you know exactly which way is up, so you are not disoriented. Yeah, so you're stuck. You activate your robe and you fall through the stone, make your way through, and it is actually, I will say, because of where you were, was going to be another 20 feet before you found a place that is actually open, and the rest is all just still tumbled in, all collapsed. So you make it your way 20 feet to the east and then emerge.
Does it look stable?
Make an investigation roll.
I want to deduce if I should. Never mind. Oh,
All right. You hear a lot of rumbling from where you came, and you might even hear a little collapse from the area where you were sitting under the. So the moment you didn't disturb any of the earth because that's exactly what Earthglide does, but in the distance you still hear rumblings and lots of things. And maybe even at the edge you hear a screech of a young dragon piercing through the stone. But right now where you are, it looks pretty safe. There's still a little dust in the air, but not as bad. So you can breathe.
Did I hear Cassius? Or was I too far away?
Yeah.
That's a mile range, so everybody heard that.
Yeah.
So I will reply while doing all my stuff. Yes, I'm fine. I'm safe. I have no way to reach you.
Okay. Nolan at least survives.
He will tell the story.
I think I'm out of here, guys.
Yes,
You see, we were having a plan, and then we came in, and then the plan was this, but then that guy said that, so we just did.
All right. With that, Cassius.
Yes.
Cassius the Unscathed. I think that's a title for you. Cassius the Unscathed.
Yeah, but I'm still stuck. Okay, so Boris told me he was hurt but alive and stuck. Dario said he was a badger now.
Ja.
Gord didn't reply, and
Ja, Gord had waarschijnlijk wel gezegd, I'm okay. I'm trying to find you or so, maar dat was ik zelf vergeten.
Okay. And Nolan said, like, I'm fine, I'm out, but I have no way to reach you. Would I at this point have a better idea of where my allies are, because I heard the screeching or a burrow or whatever?
I will say you're starting to map, because it is again a little bit in your expertise, you're starting to map it a little bit. You feel like everything is happening to your south. So you're basically you basically moved north in the little pocket that you are now in. Most of this stuff is happening far away from you. I will say you barely heard the screech of the dragon. So this is a little farther away from you. You could have sworn you heard the scratchings of maybe that badger. Yeah.
But I'm the furthest one north, as far as I know. Okay.
Yeah.
Then I'll try and do. Oh, right. Before I forget, I will open up my bag of holding, stick my head in it, take a big breath of fresh air that is inside the bag of holding, because there's 10 minutes worth of air in that.
True.
Hold my
So
breath.
you bypass that. You stick your head in. You poke your lip against no for a second there, and you just.
There's only null and a battering ram in there, so there's plenty of air. Like
even if a bag doesn't inflate, oxygen will still run through.
So that should solve.
But it's a pocket. It's not a bag. It's a pocket dimension.
Well, potato. There's 10 minutes of fresh air in there.
Yep.
And I'm using them.
Yep.
And then I'll start doing the same thing I did before, but this time towards the south, which is the direction that I actually want to be going
Okay.
in, I guess. And I'll
So
reply to the others like I am the furthest north. I'll try and get someplace more south. And then I do dexterity again is what I do, or
yeah, so you bypass the Constitution save. That's great.
Yeah.
So yeah, just do straight. If you're trying to poke around with your daggers, or what are you using actually?
I'm
Rapier,
using my daggers because
yeah.
I have no other weapons. I have some stuff in my bag of holding, but I
I mean,
don't see
you've
how a
got
rolling
short
works.
sword. You've got a short sword as well, but apparently.
I guess I'll use whatever I
Yeah.
feel would be most suitable for digging. I have a wooden
Okay.
ladder that is 24 feet long in my pouches of many items, but I don't feel like that would be useful here, so I'll just leave it where it is.
All right. Also some ball bearings. Anyway, you start digging. So yeah, I will say that is more dexterity based for you. All right.
That's not bad.
That's not bad. You don't trigger the collapse of it, but you're digging. There isn't another pocket here. You're just digging earth right now, and you get about 5 feet.
Yeah, this is gonna take a while.
Yep. But you bypassed the breathing check, so there you go.
Suffocating for the next 10 minutes.
Yeah. So, away from the paradise that Cassius is living in, to Boris, who is still impaled on a piece of wood and slowly buried and suffocating.
I'm imagining Cassius digging and then going, wow, I can't see how this would get much worse. And then a snap cut to Boris who's impaled and stuck.
A full-on Family Guy pose, like...
I'm gonna cast light on my armor.
Okay.
To try and get some vision.
Okay.
Guess, so I can see what's going on, hopefully.
All right, so you cast light, it blinds you for a moment, then you orient yourself. I will say to your left, so to your west, this is the first time you realize, by the way, that you're actually upside down.
Okay.
And you hadn't really realized because the blood hadn't really gone to your head yet because it's mostly bleeding out of your arm.
So reassuring.
This one weird trick stopped you from getting dizzy when upside down.
Yeah. He was on 4 hit points, so, give him that. So, yeah. You'll see that there is actually a little pocket here, and there might be, again, another piece of the bar and some tables that might lead to another opening, let's say. But you are still impaled, so you can still try to get loose again.
Was athletics, right?
Yeah. $15 is enough. So you manage to wrench yourself and basically fall to the ground prone. But don't worry, the half movement isn't really going to affect you here. You fall down, and the healing, the cure wounds that you did seal the wound around a little bit, so the bleeding has somewhat stopped. You rip it out again. I will say you take another 70 points of piercing damage. No, 3 points as you fall down, and now are able to move. So that was a successful turn there. You now see the surroundings. You hear a lot of things going on. You hear Cassius then say again, like, oh god, I'm having such a rough time right now. He's digging south, but you still don't know where the hell you are. So
yeah, I communicate to Cassius I got myself free. Still not very healthy. Trying to get out.
all right. With that,
Sending thoughts and prayers.
Yep. We hear you, we see you.
Oh, Wat zeg je?
Dario's turn. So now it's Gord's turn for 3.
Trouwens, ik wou nog één ding opmerken. Hè. How the tables have turned. Vroeger was het Nolan die altijd met zijn bakjes op de grond lag en nu liggen wij allemaal plat en meneer is weg.
Yeah, the wizards level up.
I can't do shit. I have a lot of spells. None of them are useful.
Oh yeah. Oh, by the way, sorry. Before we start on the Robin show, Boris, make a Constitution save, please.
Ah ja, juist. Jee.
Almost forgot the most important thing. Okay. You steel yourself and don't lose a minute of air.
Helios, guide me.
What the badger doing?
Badger is going further towards the smell of blood, for at least he's 10 feet of burrowing movement.
Okay.
He
So-
could dash and get 20, right?
Yeah, but I'll do my 10 first and see what I...
So again, we'll do the same thing. Yeah, I'm not going to nerf him too much, but make a I'll say just make a survival roll on this one. All right, super. You dig another 10 feet, and with that, I will say that you get to an opening. And let's see here. So we had.
And if I can,
Dario
the tunnel I'm
there.
making, I'm trying to make it stable enough so if people follow up, they can use that
Right.
tunnel.
Sure. This is a very unstable area, but I will say with the survival roll you did, it's not really. It's more trying to look for him, doubling back a little bit. But you do burrow the 10 feet. You open up into a little pocket, and there is debris and woods and stone, but you actually see a light shining through. Not too far. So there are pockets here that do connect. Well, of course, you knowing with a light source, which is of course Boris.
Then I'll use my action to dash, and use another 10 feet. To get
Yes.
to Boris Ventat.
Okay. So you manage, and Boris, as you fall to the ground, stand up and try to orient yourself, suddenly there's this badger that spurts from the ground or from the walls. I will
Great.
say, because of that, and because of the survival roll being low,
No.
Rocks fall.
I need
Fucking
the
killing me, you crazy
I'm trying
badger.
to help.
everything is unstable. I need both of you. I'll allow a dexterity save, not just a straight thing.
Yeah,
so
that worked out well for me.
yeah. Well, you're not restrained anymore, so there's not an auto failure. So 17, okay. 16, okay. You guys take half of this because you are in a pocket. There you go. 3 points of as stone and debris starts falling down, and a con save for the badger.
Why?
End of turn.
Oh, it needs to breathe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not everybody has a bag of holding with 10 minutes of fresh air.
You have a
Yep.
badger of holding now.
Yeah, I'll take a
Ayo.
badger. Ugh.
Stick your head inside the badger.
If it works for Luke Skywalker, it works for you.
Right.
Did
So
Skywalker do that?
On hot, but it was because
The
he was
ice
cold,
plane
not because he
on
was
the ice
suffocating,
planet.
so-
He cut open the intestines to get warm. That's not sucking air out of a badger. But
It's not.
Badger.
Details.
Oké, dat was mijn turn dan, denk ik. Hè?
yep. So
Now
you
now the
failed
next-
the con save. So you have 1 minute left of air for the badger. Otherwise, it starts to suffocate. Gourds.
Ja, ik hoorde iemand pijn lijden. Ik ging naar het zuiden.
Ja. Mm-hmm.
Dus ik graaf verder, hè. Ja, wat kan ik anders doen?
All right. So athletics for you then as well, again, to try and move some of the debris. Ooh.
9.
Yeah. So with that, I will say the only thing you do is make a bit of a mess of it. And 7 points of damage. Ooh. As you basically destroy some of the progress you had. Okay.
Dat is zeker.
Yeah. But don't worry, you get another turn with a dragon.
He will also try to dig further.
Okay. So athletics. Okay, so does do a little better. Sadly, golden dragons are not the dragons that get burrow speeds, because there are some. Starts digging through with her claws. And that was towards what area exactly? Just what side was she digging for?
Calendula, wacht hè. Dario Goord heb ik het opgeschreven.
Hmm.
Waar gaat die?
She was closest to where, you know, I'd say she smells the blood as well.
Ja,
Yeah.
hetgeen het dichtste was, had ik gezegd, maar ik
Yeah,
weet niet wat
okay.
het was.
So I will say with that, because of 17 scratching, she was pretty close. She does also get to where the Badger and Boris are. So, which is kind of poetic because she does find Dario. So breaks through the wall because she was pretty close to that. So Boris, not only do you have a badger now, there's a dragon behind you just coming out of the walls as well. This is a normal day for you.
Clever girl.
Did well enough that I won't collapse the tunnel on you.
Okay. Why do you all want to kill me? I do good things for you.
Nolan.
I think I'm pretty safe where I am now. I will step back 10 more feet.
Okay.
I will take out my Pearl of Power and speak the magical word Nolan, and I will regain a spell slot.
The magical word, Nolan.
Tot die ook wel met zijn eigen.
No,
Say the
the
magical word, no. Oh my god.
The tunnel collapses after all. And it is actually very strange. No longer it's just wood and stone, but there are searing hot spikes that come from the sky. Okay, so you regain a spell slot.
Yes. Which is still useless, but hey.
Yep. Cassius,
Yes.
how you doing?
I'm continuing to dig my hole-ish.
All right.
Diggy hole.
Okay, that's not bad. There, you. Let's see here. Okay, yeah, no. I will say that you break apart parts of the debris, it falls away. But you're deft enough with it that it doesn't disturb too much. And you see the original pocket that is now in the middle of this, connecting a few of these, and you also see a light shining in the distance.
Alright. So I see a pocket that I can assume, or that I can see leads to other places.
Yeah.
Connected by scrappily dug tunnels and stuff.
Yeah. And you can see a light shining through somewhere.
This hole that I've made is not big enough for me to crawl through, because that was not the point of this.
No.
Right. How long? How? What's the distance between where I am and where the pocket is that I can now see but can't crawl through?
Maybe 10 feet.
Maybe 10 feet. Okay, then I don't need to roll because I'll use my what's it called?
Oh yeah.
My last die, and the distance I teleport is 10 feet times the number I roll on my d8. But if it's 10 feet or less, then I can't roll.
You can't miss. Yeah.
I can't miss this. So I'll throw a dagger through the hole that I've made towards the space I can see, and then teleport into the pocket that I can now see.
Okay. So Boris, so first there's the badger that breaks down your tunnel. Then there's a fucking dragon poking its head through the wall, looking around, very scared and wounded. And then Cassius appears up in front of you. Cassius, you.
The wall. Okay, this is getting cozy.
Yeah, it is getting very cozy. So you see Boris, like you see blood on a spiked piece of wood. He's on the ground. There's blood everywhere. He is very, very wounded. But there's a little bit of space here as to now you all being together. But yeah, it is getting a little crowded.
Yeah, so I'll go. Oh, good thing I found. Holy fuck, you look bad.
I'll manage.
Um,
Seeing as you all got here, there's a tunnel here from the Badger. Does it go the right way or not?
I don't know. I'll quickly update the people that are here. Like, no
The
one's out.
Badger's
and he's
Dario, I
fine.
assume.
Yeah, Dario's the Badger. Gord's alive, but also stuck. Nolan's alive, and he's out, but he can't help us get out.
Surprising.
And that's, well, everyone else is accounted for here, right? It's just Nolan and Gord that are not in our little pocket here.
Does anybody? I look to Nolan, to Dario, and I ask, "Do you know what way is up? How we get out?"
Know which way to go.
Being a giant badger, I suspect he has some kind of sensory advantage.
Yeah, because
Dario
you
is
found
open,
each
but-
other now, but
I mean, I'll also offer my bag of holding to anyone who looks like they
Oh,
care.
like
Which
will,
put
like-
the bag over their head.
Which will proportionally reduce the amount of air that's left inside.
Oh, you're choking. No, I'm not choking. Oh.
Yeah, Badger will take a sniff from the bag.
I'll take it as
Yeah.
well.
Sniff.
yeah.
I mean, I don't know how it
Oh.
works, but like that's an option now that I'll tell
Yeah,
you
it
about.
is.
Like,
I
don't know
mean, fuck that mechanic, I guess now. There goes any sense of urgency we had.
I mean, it's
because-
10 minutes for one creature, so if we're
Yeah,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, actually, I can't. Barry and the Badger are one person. So 1, 2,
Yeah.
3, 4. Like that would be 2.5 minutes of air for everyone.
yeah.
So, there's
So
still,
about 20 turns, but
we still don't have an infinite amount of time. But yeah.
no, but
Um,
you're no longer suffocating actively.
would I?
Badger.
Would I be able to figure out which way we need to go to get out based on clues
Making
that I have?
now with this information, roll survival again.
Survival.
There's one person in the group who would perfectly know.
Yes, if you only could ask him.
I mean,
Yeah,
I will. I will after this. Just no.
Yeah.
You do your thing first, and then.
So with a 7, yeah, you're still you see pieces of the bar that you briefly, inspected. You had tables and chairs and the pieces of the bar and beams and stones and rock. All of it is mixed up, and you have no fucking clue.
I'll telepathically tell Nolan like Me, Boris, Dario, and Calendula are together now. Can you make sound so we know how to reach you? And then I'll also send a ping to Gord. Like we've managed to group up a little. To try and head south because I know I went south and I reached everyone else. Right, and that's all I know. Actually, no, I won't tell them to go south because maybe we are all on the wrong end and the way out is north. That could very well be a thing. I'll also point out that the badger is looking not so healthy and that we need to keep the badger alive at all costs because that's how I can see us getting out of here. So we should make sure Dario doesn't lose his badger form. Because we are
Okay.
super fucked if he does.
Kan Dario nog communiceren in zijn mind? Ja, hè?
Narcassus, yeah.
Cassius.
With me, well, yes.
Dario says, I still have one wild shape left. If
I know,
need-
but like you're one rock on your head away from losing a wild shape. So
Yeah, I'm on my last legs.
Alright. Boris.
Al eerst de cure wounds doen op de badger.
Alright.
Niet high level, hè. Ja, 1 is goed. Ja, top.
Alright. 9 points.
I try to look around at the pieces of bar I can see and try to figure out where in the room we are.
Okay. Make a survival roll.
Any perception?
Nope.
You get
No,
a lick
it's-
from a badger.
12.
12. Okay.
his wounds down.
So you realize that all of you were blasted to the center of the bar more. So currently the way you identify at least the way east is where Nolan is because you saw him run before the explosion happened. You identify path east. You also identify the way you guys entered this first below the shop, right? So the other door, because you entered it from the back end this day. The first time you guys came here and talked to Soot, you came from the west. So those are the corners. Right now, you're almost in the dead center of that. So either way, the closest you think hope is the western one where you came in first. That might be another 20 feet to your west. And yeah, the way Nolan went is a little further probably now. So maybe 40 feet to the east.
So, Cassius, do you know where Nolan is? Or where are the other party members? Because I can
now
I can
or do
deduce
need
we're
to-
in the middle of the bars, so we need to figure out which way to go.
Nolan's safe. He ran towards the east when the explosion went off. I mean, I can just ask Nolan. Like, Nolan, where are you exactly?
And is he safe?
He is safe. So I don't know if he will respond on his turn or how.
Yeah, because now
Yeah, on
we'll
my
do
turn.
turn-based.
Okay. Yeah.
And all of you take a half of the bag. All of
If
you are
Nolan-
half in the bag.
Yeah, if Nolan is safe, we need to move to Nolan. Else, we need to move to the west, because that's where we entered the first time. That's where the
Yeah.
city is.
Nolan was safe, is what he told me.
Mm.
And that's where I sit down and take a breather. Can I cast another spell or not?
You cast your cure wounds.
How safe can Nolan on his own be?
Can I use the healing word, seeing as it's a bonus action?
Nolan being there makes it unsafe.
Or am I
No.
stretching? Yeah, okay, stretching.
Yeah.
That's my turn
Yep.
then.
Dario, the badger.
Badger. Yeah, he'll try to make a tunnel east. No, what did you say? West.
West.
West. He'll try to make a tunnel west for the. What? East of
East
west.
is where Nolan was, and where
West is the shortest, east is where Nolan is.
yes,
Ah,
west
Yes,
is the
up to you to
shortest,
decide.
but east is where Nolan was, and where Boris said we should go, assuming Nolan is safe.
okay. I'll start.
So it's Dario's call whether or
But
not he wants to.
does Badger know what east is?
Dario has Dario's brain, so
I also explained where everything was, so.
Yeah.
He starts digging
Well-
north.
yeah.
No, you elf!
Sure.
We compromise and do neither.
Maar wacht, west is korter.
Yes.
Yes.
Dan kunnen we beter naar west gaan, niet?
Ja, maar dan zitten we aan de andere kant van Nolan, hè.
Ja, maar die kan Earth melden.
Oprotten.
No.
Niet meer.
Niet
Niet
meer.
meer.
First Clyde is weg. Because it was 2 turns.
Yeah, it
and
has
he's gone.
nothing. I guess we're
We
going.
can
east.
have
Yeah, you also-
mean- I have 2 legs and I can walk.
alone in a tunnel system filled with thieves that just try to blow you up.
I know the exact way out.
Still the whole thieves tunnel system. But yeah,
Yeah.
Again, multiple attempts.
Okay,
Crazy
you
so
not
old
knowing
wizards.
where to go is not part of the. We don't
Yeah.
think you'll make it alone.
I'll go east and try to make a tunnel again sustainable for my party to also use.
Okay.
We're going.
I
east and
also
go on
hide
the-
beneath my shield for when the crazy badger or anybody else decides to destroy.
Alright, I will say that if you want to be careful, you can go at half speed, but it will take longer.
Hold
But
up.
then you will need to roll for it.
Dus
Hypothetically.
east is
Mhm.
40 feet, zeg jij?
Yep.
En ik heb maar 10 feet. En dan met een
Yep.
dash 20 feet. Half speed is
Then
Dus with the
Yeah.
dash
4 turns.
and
hè.
careful. Yeah.
Do I
will
have?
go-
24 seconds.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Do I have 12 feet in this pocket, in a straight line?
Pushing it.
So
What do you want to do?
yes or no? I want to pull out a rowboat from my pouch that is 12 foot long, and so we can hold it upside down above our heads and cover ourselves from
Oh,
any falling
so
debris.
funny thing is, today somebody came unannounced to pick up something they bought in November. It was a giant 19th century trunk, a chest. And I'm like, okay, yeah, sure. You want to measure it before? Yeah, sure. He measured it. He's like, oh yeah, I've got 10 centimeters to spare. Like, oh great, okay. So we both lugged that fucking thing into the parking lot. It was raining at that time, of course. And he actually showed up in the smallest BMW coupe that I've seen. And with, and the doors are like that.
Mm-hmm.
So he measured the top of the door and said, yeah, no, there's 10 centimeters to spare. But he didn't account for the fact that the chest is square and the door is very aerodynamic. So with that, yes, you have a through line of 12 feet
But I
somewhere
wouldn't have
here,
enough room to pull out the boat.
but it would
Okay.
you would have
then
to shape the boat.
Yeah, then
yeah.
I wouldn't pull out the boat.
Yeah.
We
So
do.
there,
I don't
there's
even
a
think
little...
I can pull out the boat if I don't have the room.
Yeah. So
That,
is
that checks out. Okay.
squiggly line square hole kind
Yeah.
of thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I don't do that.
Right. He has a boat, everyone. He just wanted you to know that.
Hey, I am just seeing Pirates of the Caribbean 1 with walking.
That's
Yeah.
for air underneath the water.
It would have served the same purpose. Like no
It's
rock
wood.
would fall on our head if there's a boat on our head.
It's wood,
Those
wood with a few metric tons of rock above our heads. What will a boat do?
Van de steen, dat is gelijk een helm, hè. Dat gaat ook niet...
Yeah, it
Ja,
would
maar gaan in
be
de
it would
cave
be
in,
a
maar dat
big
kan wel
helmet,
in het
Hebben
basically.
jullie ooit al eens
Ja,
de
maar-
helm een helm effectief zijn werk zien doen, dat is gemaakt om te barsten en de krachten te dissiperen. Meer doet dat niet, hè?
Ja, wel, dat kan
I've
dat ook niet in
seen
boot.
a 200 kilo cylinder
You know what?
fall on
You
somebody's
want to have
fucking
rocks fall on
helmet.
your head? Have rocks fall on your head. I'm trying to help here.
I
hole is
literally,
You know,
I'm
Daniel's
literally
turn
living the
anyway.
meme. I'm
Well,
literally living the meme.
Oké.
Rocks fall, everybody dies.
Je kan graven naar het oosten, maar niet careful. Je wilt zo'n full speed gebruiken, denk ik.
Alright.
Alhoewel, is dat dan een survival check? Of is
Yep.
dat automatisch?
No, it's survival, I would say, yeah.
Can we like follow right behind
Think,
him, or are we still
Right.
stuck to the
never
Well-
mind. I'm dead.
Dit is zo, ja.
So,
Who knew
The
putting a boat
tunnel-
on my head is dumb? Well, we should do that.
so the badger in between Cassius trying to pull out his boat and Boris telling him that's not how that works. The badger disappears and digs through, but the tunnel immediately collapses and scatters debris on all of you
Oké, allemaal. Lump.
to the 6.
De DnD, Robin.
Ja.
So
DM heeft u letterlijk de optie gegeven
Yeah,
om
Ja,
iets
maar
veiligs
dat
te
is
doen.
kei
En
lang
jij denkt,
geleden, ja.
risico.
Ik wil één
it was
keer
gonna take like 2 turns instead of no, it was
vier
gonna take
turns,
4 instead of 2.
right,
Yeah.
so
thought
all
you
of you
said
take
you're-
7 points of damage.
hè.
Is
Um,
this unavoidable damage, or can I make a dex save? This is just happens, right?
This is just because of the low roll, pieces fall.
Yeah,
I
happens.
will say yes, technically you would get a dex save, so
I mean, if I'm fine with it just happening. I just need to know.
yeah.
Did you say you were doing it carefully or not carefully?
He said not carefully.
Ah, I thought you said carefully. Okay.
We have
Which I instantly regret.
We have 24 seconds
two
time.
creatures
so-
who can dig. We have more air than that we need.
Yeah, there was no rush.
Take it
Yeah.
slow.
Yeah,
Hoe dan wel, maar
I'm only
that's
saying,
okay.
I'm
That's
just putting
okay.
it out there. I have 8
Gourds.
hit points on a 12 hit point damage roll. That's all I'm saying.
So now Robin can play again because it's Gordon's turn.
Ja. Maar ik zou daar niet 20 feet gebruikt hebben als ik zie dat dat achter mij instort.
Well,
Yes,
that
but
was the
that's
thing.
your action.
That was
Ja,
you.
Maar dat is 10
Ja.
feet. Ja, maar zie ik direct dat dat instort achter mij? Of doe ik 20 feet? Of kijk ik
And
mijn
it
movement?
is at the end of what you have done, right?
Ja. Oké, dan stort het.
And yeah, so there you go.
Yeah.
So you're 20 feet through, but
Ja.
We are
the
not.
hole's closed
ja.
behind you.
Gord gaat verder zuiden graven.
All right.
Moest hem sideline hebben of zo, heeft hem altijd nog een misty step. Maar dat hangt een beetje vanaf wat de situatie
Alright.
is.
So I will say that through the 20 feet of burrowing going west, Gord is also west. So as you're digging, you do encounter the badger.
Wacht, waren we nu in east aan het gaan naar het noorden?
Yes, east. And
Oh,
now
yeah,
you're
yeah,
saying
just,
going
yeah.
south.
Yeah, south. Sorry, fuck. Gord was west. Gord was west, going south. So he will now encounter the first hole that Calendula dug. There you go. Sorry, it's very difficult to keep this abstract in my brain.
Yes.
Why do I do this?
Je hebt papier en dan kun je dingen opschrijven. En dan
Yeah,
kun je
I
gewoon
know.
zeggen, die daar, die daar, die daar.
Fair, but I wanted to keep it malleable enough so you guys
Yeah.
don't are playing Pac-Man next to each other the entire fucking session, you know?
Ja,
So that's why we don't do this on a battle map, because I was going to do that, but then I realized they're all gonna die before they even find each other. So there is a little bit of abstractness going on. Who knew? I do some game mastering now and again. Secrets revealed. I'll get that mask from that one guy who revealed all those magical secrets.
Behind the
Like I'm,
scenes.
I'm ruining D&D.
Yeah.
Wait, so
Okay,
you're just
come on,
making it up as
yeah.
you go along?
No. ChatGPT does.
GPT.
Yeah, exactly.
No. I'm asking an AI to make it all
Yeah, exactly.
along.
This part I actually came up with myself. You can tell probably by the convolutedness. Anyway, hey, we're all testing things. So, Gorge, you break through and see still in the distance a little glow of light and a lot of cursing happening in Dwarven. You also see in the next pit over, you see a little bit of blood and a stick sticking out. So you realize now that you're close to your friends here.
Do I still have my movement to approach them, or?
I will say that was your turn getting to that point. Right? And again, you don't need
I
to
will
roll
tell
a con.
Cassius, I think I can see you.
Yeah.
In the distance.
Impossible. I have plus 13 on still.
Calendula, you still have a turn.
Yeah, she will dig to where the badger disappeared.
Okay.
To the east, and she will do it carefully.
To the east, always to the east. Yeah, that's athletics. Oh, I have to do that because you don't have the thing.
Zit me een
Dus-
obscure Helm's Deep referentie? Keep an eye on the east for the first light, of what was it?
No, I was quoting Diablo 2, where the wanderer is in the narrators. The narrator says he was going east, always to the east. Yeah,
You go east long enough, you go all around.
true. But he went to the tomb of Tal Rasha. Totally not inspiration for Russian either, tomb. I felt like 17. Actually, because the badger did do the digging, she does get a little further. So with full movement and Nash, I will say she manages to dig a stable tunnel around 10 feet. I'll give you guys that. So you're 10 feet, so you're now, if you want to follow, it is a dragon-sized hole, though, so it might not be great for certain people wearing heavy armor. But there you are.
I feel very... yeah.
This is not by design, but yeah, you're the butt of the joke right now. So, Nolan.
Yes. So although Nolan is pretty clever and keen of mind, he heard Cassius ask him to make noise telepathically, so he will telepathically start making noises. And actually thinking to himself, why am I doing this?
That is a very good question, Nolan.
Dumbass.
16 wisdom, 19 intelligence.
True.
You can hear Cassius think, you know what? That one's on me. This is on me. I shouldn't have. Nope,
Mind
that's my bad.
echolocation.
That's my bad.
Yeah, I'm not playing to my character stats.
No, clearly, which you don't need to. I'm just saying, that's fine.
I'll use echolocation and I shout really loud and then hear how the sound reflects.
Yeah. Cassius.
Yes. Who's after me? Boris, right? Boris is stronger than me, right? Yeah, he's.
16,
I can see.
yes.
Yeah, I can see he's significantly stronger than me. So if he lets me, I'll grab his shield and hold it over the top of his boat so he can have his two hands to dig. If we're going to follow the badger and calendula, which I'm assuming is what we're doing.
Okay.
I don't know what that mechanically does. I know he's going to be better at digging than I am. So
Okay.
How much dexterity do you have that you've been using to digging?
20, but I can use
Poked
dexterity
holes,
to dig
yeah.
because I was more poking a hole that I could throw a dagger through. The hole I was making was never big enough to fit someone through.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
essentially, I'll use my action to help him get advantage on him digging when
Okay.
it's his turn.
Sure.
And
Okay.
I'll reply to Gord like, Boris is glowing right now, so if you see a light, that's Boris. Or maybe I can just kind of see or hear where Gord is, considering he's in the same pocket system that we are.
Yeah,
in,
he's around the corner somewhere. You could probably see like here's Gord through the rubble. All right.
Yeah, sure.
Then we'll say it's Boris's turn.
So, seeing as my shield is being held above us, which makes me wonder, do you even have the strength?
Shields
It
don't
doesn't-
require strength to hold. I'm helping
No.
you. Me
Right.
saying I'm holding the
Yeah.
shield is me narratively explaining how I would be helping you.
Yeah, I know.
And
Just was wondering.
giving maybe some help with any debris falling
So,
instead of a boat.
can I dig and do my power word healing, my healing word as a bonus action?
Well, healing word is a bonus action, and you still have your action.
So I'll use my healing word on myself.
Okay.
And I'm out of the 2d6 range again.
Okay.
And then I'll try and dig in front of Calendly carefully.
Okay. So
That's
that'll
a
be
strength.
yeah.
Okay.
Athletics. He rolls high, everyone.
But I mean, do you have advantage since I'm helping, or is that bring in here?
I would
Nobody
say
needs
you
it, but,
holding the shields is helping the carefulness of it.
Okay. yeah,
So okay, that would be lowering the floor at which you would start feeling things go unstable. Good. So yeah, I will say you managed to, because it is a single action, so you dig 5 feet carefully. Okay, which is a lot, by the way, for a single turn.
In 6 seconds, that's
Yeah.
big
But he's a dwarf. No, he's not a dwarf. Sorry, he's no longer a dwarf.
Ja.
Scratch that.
Het is gewoon het concept van, ja, ik zal eens, hier mannen, ik zal eens rap een put graven in 6 seconden. En dan gaat hij
Ja.
5 voet naar beneden waar dan een mens in past. Dat is echt zo 1,5 meter.
Yeah,
wat.
this is fucking Minecraft. Yeah. The thing
I
is,
love
though, this is not solid. This is debris and loose rock and everything. So, you know, it used to be a space. Speaking of which, it's round 5, everyone. So, Nolan, you are the first one to really hear this. There's a hissing sound.
Oh, fuck.
And you don't really, it's sourceless almost. And you look down and your feet are starting to get wet as the explosion must have done something to the surrounding river systems that are pervasive in this area, that have been pointed out multiple times. So the stone below you is starting to turn to mud. Those of you still in the midst of all of this, as you're digging, you start to notice that there are droplets of water coming from above you.
Oh, fuck.
And it's starting to pool underneath you as well. And everything is, it's starting to turn to mud. Which is, you know, not that much easier to dig, but it's definitely narrowing your window. The damage done. The badger is up.
The badger will try to back up a little bit, and now carefully will tunnel towards the party.
Okay, so you guys were 10 feet, and then so first 10, then 15. So if you go back 5, you'll be caught up with them.
And then I'll use my dash for another 10 feet.
Uh,
Does that work out? Or...
that's an easier math to do. Sure.
Yeah.
All right. So I will say for you, this is survival because you're not using your strength. You're just using your ability to burrow.
But I'm doing carefully.
Of course.
And an auto success.
Yeah. So
or-
carefully. So you're careful 10 feet. I will say, yeah, sure. No.
Yeah.
Then it's just a 5. So you go back, break through.
Yeah.
See the dragon and Boris.
and I'll use my action
okay.
for another 5 careful feet.
All right. So then you guys are at 20.
Okay. I need to be at 40 to be
40. Yep. Okay. And
teamwork.
teamwork.
Doing work.
There we go. And we are at round 1 of the water.
Who's gonna be Jordan and who's gonna be Larry Bird?
Oh boy.
I don't know what those
Dream
things-
Team? Barcelona Olympics? No.
Hey,
Jannik, je moet weten, alles van sport gaat hier volledig voorbij aan ons. Hè.
Ja.
Je moet er niet mee af.
Ja.
Dat gaat gewoon voorbij. Hè.
Zeker als het over basketbal gaat.
Ja, niemand
Ja.
doet mee.
No,
We
Michael
don't
Jordan?
watch
Larry
Yeah.
Bird?
Dat
No.
heb ik
Oh,
nooit van
the
gehoord.
thing that-
Nee, ik ken hem
Barkley?
niet.
No.
All I know
No.
about basketball is Space Jam.
Ja,
Ja.
dat-
Ja,
dat
dan moet de
Michael
Barkley
Jordan.
toch kennen.
Regardless,
Yes.
Getting back to
Basketball,
D&D.
the next session I will require all of you to memorize the 5 best StarCraft players of the world.
Great.
Oh, there might be, according to whom, the 5 best StarCraft players. Because
All right. OSL and MSL wins. There you go. And not in
Me, of
Brood War,
course.
not StarCraft 2.
that's me, of course. The only
Ah,
reason
yes.
I'm not Grandmaster #1 is because of balance and lag and bullshit cheeses and stuff.
Fair.
Obviously.
Gord, you're up. You also start to sense that the water is pooling rather quickly underneath your feet.
Mm.
That's bad. right?
yeah, I will approach the party and help on the dig and start digging.
All right. So, athletics, please. 17. Okay. Not too bad. You managed to excavate 5 more feet without issue.
Right.
So we're at 25 right now. And motherfuckers, none of you are suffocating, which is rather annoying. Okay. The dragon?
Also digging, hè. digging.
Yeah,
digging.
athletics check, sure.
Dat moet jij doen.
Alright.
Oh no.
That is a failure. So that, I will say, collapses the back of the tunnel a little bit and sets you back 5 feet, I'm afraid.
Silly
And
dragon.
for
Oh,
5
hey.
points of damage as pieces start to fall. And as you fall, as these pieces fall, the volume of the tunnel is slowly reducing. The volume of the water is rising. Right now, you guys are crawling through a tunnel that is barely large enough to fit the largest among you, which is Boris, dug by a giant badger. And right now, the water is up to your chins, basically. This is not like you're standing up and doing it. This is basically the Great Escape Tunnel, okay? So this is all closing in.
Wait, who's
Huh?
Gordon Skinner.
Yeah.
Yeah. True.
The
Fair question,
crimson,
actually.
the crimson,
Boris al aan
yeah.
zijn chin staat, is Gordon
Ja.
aan het huh? But he doesn't care,
Yeah.
right?
No, actually, he's the only one who wouldn't care.
He's completely underwater. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if I really wanted to be a stickler, I would say like it's an order that you guys have to follow, and that's the order you're stuck in. But I did this enough mechanics going on here already.
Yeah.
Right, that was Glenn. Nolan.
Nolan now realizes he should be making actual noise because they're probably digging towards him. So he'll start making noise. Aja! Aja!
En nu komt dat van de andere kant.
And can I make an estimate of how fast the water will fill up the tunnel I'm standing in?
The one you're standing right now, the way the water is rising, you hear rushing water now from like almost in the walls. Probably another 18 seconds.
Oh, that sucks.
That's
And
4
I-
seconds, guys.
Yeah, maybe if I had time, I wanted to ritually cast water breathing, but nope. Yeah, I'll just I was already 20 feet back from the 10 feet back from the. I'll move another 10 feet.
Okay, so you just splash,
Yes.
splish.
Yeah.
It's now, almost up to your shins, the water now. So it's really going there. Okay.
Oh boy.
Cassius,
Yes.
none of that
You're
information was given to you.
So you're saying there's water.
There is
Just
water.
Heard
You know what would help with
screaming.
water? No, I'll just use my action again to help. Actually, no, yeah, I'll just use my action to help Boris dig faster.
Okay,
I'm not gonna try and dig myself because I know I suck at it.
all right. So Boris, you guys are currently at 20 feet because of the failure of the dragon, by the way.
Okay, I'm gonna give myself guidance. And I'm gonna.
That is an action.
Is that an action?
It is an action.
Yep.
Oh, are we back in that action economy?
Always have been.
No,
Yep.
'cause I could use.
No, we
spells
haven't.
and
Yeah, we had been in action and ability.
I was
check
allowed to
first,
cast
and-
and do an action.
Can he still dig if he casts guidance? Is the question he's asking. basically.
Yes.
Right. I'll allow it because I did say that environment-based things were free actions. This is true.
And I will dig risky.
Okay. You have advantage
I have advantage.
because of the man holding his shields. Okay, didn't
Right.
even need it.
And I'll use the guidance. Ah, damn.
We zoomed
All
in
right.
somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's because of the chat. All right. Sorry, the DC was 25. You all die. So 24 is quite incredible. I will, with that, say that you managed to make it a full 10 feet. Right now, sloshing through the water, rapidly rising. You're digging through at a tremendous pace, and you hit something hard. You think, oh god, everything's going to collapse. But then it's almost like a piece of the wall is still standing. And there is a momentary opening of about 10 feet, ironically. So you're at 30 feet right now. Yeah, and you make it through. But as you all just basically almost fall out of it, you fall deep in water and are like, okay, no, this is starting to become a problem. Why high? Because we are now in round 6.
Yes.
Do I have the presence of mind to deduce how much time we have with rising water?
I will say, yeah, you have about 12 seconds.
Another 2 rounds.
So
Yeah,
are we?
and then
No, sorry.
Go.
Are we out or are we at 10 feet? Because I'm like we were at 30 feet and then we found a 10-foot gap that we could crawl through, so now we're out, or we are at 30 feet.
you are
after.
30 feet and actually find the little cubby that Nolan was hiding in, basically. You
Okay.
see the door. You actually see the door.
Okay, so
but
there's no more
he-
digging from this point on.
No, because the place where Nolan was, he was in the door frame. Everything around him collapsed. He used his earth glide to get the fuck out.
So we do still have more digging.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I needed to.
All right. So, Badger.
Hey, there's water. You can use the boat.
That's literally what I just said.
Badger gaat 10 feet in totaal carefully diggen.
All right. So make survival roll, please. Oh no, with careful, that wasn't necessary. Oh god, so many rules. Most of
you're
them on the
making.
fly. Yeah, most of them on the fly.
DM going,
have-
the guy who makes up all these rules should be sued. Wait, that's me.
Yeah, god. That's all right. We'll all be playing. What was it, Daggerfall, or what was it called? The critical role thing. I haven't watched it yet. Which is funny.
Okay.
They are making a D&D surrogate. Yeah. To compete with Wizards of the Coast, because they're
right, yeah,
fuckheads.
Yes.
Okay, with that, 40 feet, Nolan, you've backed up. You see a badger emerge from the rubble, and with a little spout of water coming behind. With that... Yeah, nobody heard that. You all emerge falling through. But right now, Nolan, the water is around your waist. In this area here, you all fall down. Now we come to stage 2 of this grand escape. As the tunnels are now filling with water, you are still on the opposite end. You chose the long way. The last time you went to the surface, there was a 15-minute or 20-minute walk. Now these tunnels are filling with water.
Mm-hmm.
They are.
So, we are currently out of combat. Congratulations. The adversarial DM did not kill you all instantly this time. I should have tried
Only
harder.
4 hit points, but oh well.
Okay.
I should have tried harder. It's fine. Next
Yeah.
time I won't be so kind when I blow up a place. But you're all still in danger of drowning.
Yes.
So, what are you guys doing? Because now we're out of combat. It now becomes a skill challenge to see how fast you can get out of these tunnels.
You will see that Nolan is actually pretty calm, and he will use a Hearthstone to cast Alter Self, and I will adapt to the aquatic version and grow. I can grow fish-like things.
Yeah.
That's new.
So it's
It's
the
a thing
he's-
I never use it,
Yeah.
apart for the etherealness once.
Yeah, he stole that from the Night Hag.
Yes.
So you see Nolan, as you all just fall out in a comical fashion out of this hole and get washed out, basically as the water pours out. You see Nolan just looking at this dark black, strangely gnarled stone that just reeks of evil. And he just whispers to it for a moment, and you can see suddenly him growing gills and gaining a swim speed. So webbed fingers.
Then I say, well, I'm perfectly fine. You know, the west side was a lot shorter, right?
Yes, Nolan, but it was collapsing.
I
There
just
is
I take my
Uh,
shield
I just want to be a dick.
from Cassius and I just give him the death stare and I say, "We don't have much time. Move."
Is there any chance you or
Move.
Dario know how to cast water breathing?
No.
Nope.
Yes. If you could wait 10 minutes. Yes.
No.
There is some complicated math involved here, but assuming that when you take a breath of air from the bag of holding, you can then hold your breath for X amount of minutes, theoretically, we would be able to stretch the 10 minutes of air from the bag of holding pretty far, assuming we only need to take one breath of air every 3 or 4 minutes. I don't know how technical we want to get here with
Won't water
That
go
whole thing.
in the bag of holding?
no. Maybe?
So
I don't know. I don't think I can
I don't know.
put my bag of holding in water and just fill it up to capacity with water every time I get to a body of water.
How much height do we have?
right now in these tunnels, the way they're rapidly filling with water, as in an actual stream. By the
Yeah.
way, I will
Which way
also
is the water
say,
flowing?
We need to
Yeah.
move.
so that's an interesting thing. You do start to feel a strong current. It is getting stronger. And, well, I will say at this point, can you all make a strength saving throw, please?
Oh,
Except for those of you who have a swimming speed.
Kan Dario nog in een giant octopus veranderen?
Sure, you can do that. Yeah, it's a free
Is water
action-based
genoeg, hè?
thing right now.
En
Yep.
het is plaats genoeg hè, voor een giant octopus, want volgens mij is dat...
Ja,
Something
sure.
with a lot of swimming speed.
Yeah.
Strength check or strength save?
Strength save, please.
Save, okay.
En kan Dario iedereen grappelen met zijn tentakels genoeg?
Melee is
Okay. Sure, that's a good idea.
Your
Oh
words say
God,
it's a
this
good
is-
idea, but your tone doesn't convince me that it's a good idea.
That's fine.
Ja. En nou, als ik een pilaar of zoiets kan grappelen, en iedereen...
All right, so there's a giant octopus. Holy fuck! It's a
nice.
CR1, so yeah, okay, and it's it has a swim speed of 60. It can hold its breath out of water, and can use tentacles on another target. So technically, it can only grapple one person, which is kind of weird.
Which is kind of weird because I have 8
Yeah.
arms. Yeah.
And the octopus can't use its tentacles on another target. I do have to go by the rules here,
That's
except for the ones that I make up. I will say though,
I mean,
They-
I
they
can
grapple
grab the, I can grapple the
Yeah.
octopus, right?
Exactly.
Like, I can grab onto the octopus. No.
yeah, you guys can grab the creature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine. So yeah, I will say that with that, you guys can stabilize yourself a little bit. And Nolan, what kind of swim speed do you have right now? Just your walking speed, or?
Yes, 30 feet
right.
movement.
So the octopus has 60. But you can stay with 30 speeds of movement. I will say, Cassius boys, with grabbing onto the southern octopus, and Calendula actually has a swim speed of 30 as well, as a golden dragon. You do stabilize against the current. Okay, so the current is pushing you in a direction, into a direction you haven't been, which is to the streams, obviously. It is pushing you. The water, however, is still rising.
I think we should follow the current. It's the easiest way.
No, the current is going to lead down.
Yeah, it will.
We
Yeah,
don't
we
want
need to
to lead
go
down.
up.
We want to
need
go up.
Out.
I will
move out.
telepathically
We will just go
tell
to the ocean.
Nolan,
no?
like direct
We
us
don't know.
to the
don't
exit
know.
that we came in from.
We just came out of a. We're discussing again. This I love democracy and I think it's great, but at this time we need to fucking get out, and the
No,
safest way is to the city.
I'm
Let's go.
telling
Okay.
Nolan, give me directions to where we came in, like the nearest exit, because I know Nolan's going to know it.
Just follow me.
No, the octopus is faster. We can't breathe underwater.
Yes, but y-
Okay,
giving you.
the octopus will follow Nolan. Fine.
No, Nolan tells me where to go. I tell the octopus where to go.
That sounds very.
Because it needs to
Yeah.
be telepathically, because we're all going to be needing to hold our breath very soon.
I hold on to the octopus and I tell him where to go.
Move. Move.
All right. So
I know the members that need to breathe are actually in the minority currently, but still.
it's true. Cassius and Boris are the only ones who need to.
And Calendula.
Nee,
Calendula,
wel.
true. Yeah.
Ja, die heeft swimming.
Yeah,
Maar die
just
moet
as
wel
one sheet.
ademen.
Okay. So you come to the point where the current, so everything is filling with water right now. You're trying to push towards the basically where the ladder was, the exit.
The idol.
Yeah. That's where, but in order to do that, there is another crossroad, there is another turn, and right now that has become a raging torrent. And the more you come to it, the more the current picks up and picks up and picks up, and now you're chasing through. So you're coming up to this. You have 3 people, or not really people, but mutated freak, octopus, and dragon, with swimming speeds. I need those people to make athletics rolls to see if they can push the guys holding on, because you guys are not swimming on your own right now. You're just hanging on, okay?
I give guidance to the octopus if I can.
Okay. Because the octopus is carrying the both of you, so that's going to influence it. So you're trying to push past the current and not be flushed down into the streams. Okay, as everything is rushing, and basically you're currently just reaching up for air at this point. Athletics, not strength save.
Oops. Bad.
Dat is 3. En wat is die dingen dat ik heb?
1d4 erbij.
Nee, de penalty. Of ga je dat zelf...
Dat is de DC dat ik daarop beslis.
Ja, dus een
Alright.
rol van 10. Ik heb een 3 gerold.
Alright, maar dat is plus 3, hè? Ja.
Ja, dat heb ik er al bij geteld. Hè. Heb ik
Oké.
gewoon afgedaan omdat ik niet aan die octopus kan.
Alright, yeah, yes, sorry. That's a 10, that's a 16, and now it's Calendula's turn as well. Athletics. One more roll.
I whispered to Cassius, have you ever heard of this crazy attraction called Pirates of the Caribbean? I think we're gonna need your boat.
I was gonna, like, at this point the water is too high, the boat won't help.
Yeah, it was just a boom. you could have done the grab some air with it, I guess. Yeah,
Open the bag of holding.
yeah. You just empty it.
I mean, we're gonna be using this as a bag of air between me, you, and Calendula. Before.
Yeah.
before
So
long.
all right. So it's a failure and 2 successes.
Yeah.
Which ironically Nolan is the one to make it. So you come up to the current, the octopus grabs on to a few of the things but just keeps slipping. You see Calendula just pushing the octopus down. You guys are hanging on for dear life. As Nolan of all people drags it along a little bit more and you pass through. It is still upstream that you're going, but with the swim speed enough, I will say You start holding your breath, but you can hold your breath for a few minutes, being adventurers. And with the swimming speed of everyone combined, you manage to make it to the ladder. The little table and everything is gone. You are now underwater, climbing up. Like a certain scene from Die Hard with a Vengeance. Just grabbing onto the ladder as the entire stream is going. That's what. Yeah,
The
that's how
tunnel
this.
shoots down.
Yeah. So the dam being blown and.
All right.
So you guys are clamping on. I'm not gonna give you guys another athletics roll to see if you can actually make it up.
Oh no, the
crawling
lid.
up.
Oh no. No,
Yeah, there you go. Spouting up. So there, Calendula is probably the first one to just, with a gout of flame, just blasts open the hatch. You stumble out, soaked, wounded, exhausted, and a couple of people start looking at you as a few guards approach as well, as your soaked little group sits there at the surface breathing air. Too bad, because I really wanted to send you guys down to the Underdark, but I guess I'll do that another time.
Looks like you're going to the Shadow Realm, Jimbo. Except we are not.
Yeah, the Underdark now, that would be disastrous for me.
bad. That would be bad.
Well, we didn't die.
We made a new fishing spot.
Yeah, as you say that, there are a few places in the city that you see like water is spouting from manholes from the sewage system. The guards run up to you and say, "You were down there?"
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, well. There was a detonation of some kind. The Ember Veins done some kind of terrorist attack.
They blew up their own lair.
Can you get us back to the
Sort of.
captain so we can debrief, please?
Yes.
Of course, well, watch out, because the lower city is flooding, actually.
Can you get us a ride?
A ride? No. All the resources are in the lower city now. Evacuating people because, well, the forges are flooding, the mines are as well.
Leave the ember veins. If there's any ember veins, just ignore them.
No, we certainly will not. They've committed an awful crime today.
That's why.
Okay, let's
Just let them drown.
They'll probably.
Okay, Nolan. Let's get to the captain and debrief him.
Okay.
All right.
Humanity.
I just kneel down and say a little prayer for Helios for pulling me through and keeping me there on just the edge of life and allowing me to live. Increasing my resolve.
Mustario uit zijn octopusvorm gaan om de rest voor te
I
kraken.
still have my fishy
Yeah.
things. I still have the old man
Otherwise-
fishy.
He otherwise he would have to start holding his breath. He can actually hold his breath for 1 hour in the octopus. So yeah, I will say that the guards kind of
He will return to Dario form, but just
Yeah.
after a while, you know.
yeah. The guards are just going to ignore the fact that there is like this thing stuck to some people here.
Everywhere.
Yeah, the movement is still 10 feet out of water actually, so it can still crawl around. Yeah, these guys. I'm going to say the guards are going to ignore the dragon and the octopus for now.
Who saw us come out? Was it just the guards, or
No, there was a crowd. There were like plenty of people who saw, well, first the explosions of water, and then you guys crawling out,
Okay.
flying through.
So Okay, so they know we survived. Or they're gonna
Yeah.
know we survived. That's unfortunate.
Probably,
Cassius
yeah.
is
It
not
was.
looking too good, by the way. Because this is the first time he's been swimming or in water in a long time, and it's bringing back some very painful memories that he
Ooh, yes.
tries very hard to compartmentalize.
Have
Oh
you
yeah.
seen?
You know what, Cassius, make a wisdom save for me. Just because of that, because you you were not physically damaged.
No, but this is bad.
Yeah, he. So yeah, after that, after exploding out, falling down, crawling up, yeah, Cassius is very quiet.
The memory of having to hold on to something to get through water is quite painful.
Nevertheless, in silence, perhaps you slosh your way to a place where already there's water on the cobblestones, like the well in the city square. There is a puddle here, and it is still like the well itself is like billowing water from it. And the guard captain's office itself is also flooding. This is the lower part of town.
On the way,
yeah, go on.
on the way to the office, I will ask Cassius. So Cassius, is this what this whole underground thieving thing is about? Because I prefer reading books. I had it, I experienced it, and I can tell you, I don't like it. It's no.
It's not usually this excessive, but I mean, sometimes
I've
you have to be willing to activate your doomsday device, as it were, your last resort, your
Oh, I had a lot of
big-
tricks on my sleeve. I think I managed pretty well if I compare myself to you. But still, yeah.
You did well. We went in with a good plan. It's just that
Thank
he had
you.
a better plan and was willing to call our bluff.
Well, you survived, so there you go.
Still, it was closer than I would have liked.
But I was amazing, right?
I assume so. I didn't actually see much of it. But
And
you
you'll see
didn't
him.
explode. You got out from being buried alive and
You'll see him smile.
managed to not drown and actually helped pull us through it. So yeah, you did good.
We're a good team. We're a good team.
And then he'll telepathically tell Dario, "You did better though. You pretty much saved us. So thanks."
Thank you. I also had the stone shape lift. I could have saved myself if I wanted to, but
Fucking
I
hell.
could have
All
run.
I'm hearing is make the encounter harder next time.
Please don't.
Hey, now we happen to have two people in the party who had tools who
Yeah.
could
Yes,
deal with
Sirius
being
had
buried
cystic
alive and
damage
stuff.
gedodged in it. There was one person in the entire party who was in fucking shit.
I am always immune, or dexterity saving throws are my thing that I'm good at.
Yeah, sure.
I suck at a lot of other things. Just let me be good at the few things that
Yeah,
I'm supposed
there
to
you
be
go.
very
See,
good at.
give the players agency, but next time try to kill them harder. It's fine.
Like if this was a strength save, I'm dead.
Yeah.
I tanked a fucking delayed fireball that was increasing in damage over time, and then I tanked a fucking explosion. I think Julius
Yeah.
is.
And I think I
Boris
tanked
might
him
have
by
some
not being there in
tinnitus.
the first place. It's a different strategy.
Boris might have some tinnitus going on right now. Like,
Je hebt toch ook zo die veteranenziekte dat je zoveel explosies hebt meegemaakt dat je gewoon niet meer juist in je kop bent.
yeah, shell shock, yeah, PTSD.
At this
yeah.
point, he's been slightly like he's probably up to well done as far as being cooked goes.
Yeah,
I mean, my
just-
arm is half off, like.
yeah, eyes not quite centered anymore.
Oh come on! Don't over exaggerate. Gord's been through way more, and he's totally fine. Look, he's not even
Yeah, he's-
bothered by the fact that his arm's dangling off.
He's not even breathing.
Man
Fuck
up.
off. He doesn't need air.
Yeah,
Put
he's
your health.
evolved. He's evolved beyond the pathetic need of needing to breathe. We should all strive to be like Gordmore.
Oh wow, that took a turn for the worse.
Simply pledge your allegiance to the
He's
fifth.
not whining about I can't breathe or help my arm is falling off. See?
Zit waarschijnlijk zo nog in dat water.
Yeah.
He's standing back to the tunnel like, should I have told them that I wasn't quite ready to start moving yet? Yeah, maybe not.
I got the boots of flying.
Die ging wel. Je dacht dat we met de stroom meegingen.
He's like, hold up guys, I'm gonna loot first and then guys? Well,
Ja, die komt over 13 sessies komt in het Underdark. Helemaal geared gelijk een fucking god.
Alle loot dat de Underdark gewonnen.
Gord the Grey is gone. He's now Gord the White.
Yeah. By the way, level 20. So, yeah. I get a boon for my god now. He comes to this world.
Oh, okay. To the
Alright.
captain.
But
Ja,
to the
And then
captain.
sleep. And then
We're
sleep.
out,
'cause
we're
I need
angry, we're
fucking health.
frustrated, but we're alive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there you see Captain Blackthorn. Currently, called Blackthorn, bitches.
Yeah, yeah, but I've been reading Stormlight Archives, and there's a character Blackthorn.
And there's also a
Alright.
Blizzard game.
Sure, that's a total coincidence.
Yep. I didn't read that actually. Blackthorn reference to the Blizzard game that nobody played. So,
Yeah.
right now, there is chaos. Guards are running. There's bags of flour and sand being used to make a dam around. But yeah, this well in the center of town is just spewing water and everything. It's flowing everywhere. It's also flowing out of the city and making a makeshift river. And the captain's just standing there. She's hauling some of these bags as well, throwing them at. Oh, well, looks like you got wet as well. Come on, grab some bags if. Yeah, you don't look in the mood for hauling bags right now.
We'll give that away.
We've been exploded, collapsed
2
upon,
times.
and then drowned. And then before that, we were exploded and
All
collapsed.
because Freddy
upon.
tried to steal a horse.
So no, we are not in the mood to.
She
Carry
throws one of the bags
bags,
and just yells, "When get the stables clear. The horses are gonna, if they're not already freaking out, they're gonna drown in a minute. It's the lowest part there, around the walls."
Well, pretty
Right.
fortunately.
So, last time I spoke to you, you were going to be suave and infiltrate the Ember Veins, weren't you not?
Yes.
Yes.
Right. Did my contact work? Was that?
Are we
You-
like?
The
Are
stone
there other
mason.
people within
gave-
earshot of us right now, or are we in somewhat of a secluded spot? Or
You're inside, I would say. So again, like with maybe shin-high water, inside the guard captain's abode, let's say. But there's people running around as well. There's guards everywhere.
okay, so we can't, because when we talked about doing this, it was just us and her, right? This was it was a private conversation, and this is not a private
No.
conversation.
If you, I can spare a few moments, but you can see I have a bit of a crisis going on. So
Yeah.
come on, and you'll move to a more secluded location. All right.
To give you the gist of it, your information was useful but somewhat outdated. We talked our way
Oh,
in.
yeah.
The Ember Veins had already been bought/threatened by the person who messed up your library and did the whole Black Dome book that drains blood.
Well, the
thing.
elf and the old man.
Yes. He tried to kill us. We scared him off. And on our way back, the Ember Veins ambushed us again. Up until the point that they, I think, decimated pretty much their entire base of operations underground, which is what caused a lot of collapses and then the whole flooding
Oh,
thing here.
I touch Cassius on the shoulder. That's all because they were afraid of the old man, right? I think you
Yes,
know how
they
this
were. No,
goes,
yeah,
and I cast guidance under my breath.
the old man was
Uh.
blackmailing them into, well, collapsing parts of the city, which is ironically what they also did. On the bright side, we did find some source of something corrupting your water and took it out. So
that's good because there's plenty of water now.
yeah, theoretically, the undead plague should be solved at least if the corruption in your water was what causing it, which we at this point assume so, but are more knowledgeable folks about that. And I point to Dario and Nolan. Haven't had the time to really look into what we found there, but I'm sure if we get
Yes.
some time, we might be able to shed some
Oh.
light on if the corruption was caused by what we found and took out down there.
It's been taken care of.
That's great. So, a little something I didn't really quite share because I didn't think it would be relevant, but we are experiencing a little bit of a worst case scenario right now because, well, to put no finer point to it, one of the reasons why the Ember Veins hadn't been cleared out many a yonk ago is because they claimed, and we verified, that they had rigged a few places in the city connected to the streams underneath the city. And if they were, well, be brought, pushed, come to shove, they would indeed flood the entire city.
Well, that would have been helpful to share with us before we went in.
Really didn't think it'd come to that they would pull their trump card, because that is the only leverage they had, and they've pretty
as
much...
I said,
But it's good.
the old
Good.
man and the elf were very convincing of threatening them with,
Yes.
well, very
So you're telling me
grave
that
consequences.
those two that were moseying around the library for a little bit, that we suspect are responsible for that, for the whole book business, they're actually the ones we should be worried about, not the Ember Veins?
Yes, pretty much.
Both.
I think the Ember Veins just imploded and they need to set up operations again because they just blew up their entire holdout.
But well, on the
they
positive side,
have a backup plan in place. for
now
sure.
now you can root them out. So
I intend to visit them somewhat soon.
Well, we'll
anyway.
first have to see how much damage this is going to do to the city, because
Yep.
honestly, if the water supply is what was tainted, if you guys wouldn't have stopped that, and this would have happened, and the entire city would have been affected in an instant.
Yes, that would have been very bad. It's still might be.
but I read this book called Waterworld, and apparently it's perfectly valuable to create a habitable space on water. You just have to adapt.
En hoe heet dat, de schrijver Mel Gibson of wel? Ja.
I'm gonna flick one of Nolan's gills and go, not everyone adapts as quickly as you do, Nolan.
Oeh, nee.
What the hell is that? I'll take that into consideration, strange old man. For now, we just need to make sure that our grain reserves aren't all flooded, because most of the storage is in the path of whatever's coming, and we don't know where this is going to end. So we've already evacuated the mines. Those are, well, done for the moment, unless we find some kind of pumping system. That was the first flood. All right. Well, nothing much I can do to help. Well, of course, when all of this is settled, I have to talk to the mayor. If you did, in fact, cure what was causing this corruption, then we are eternally grateful. But you also kind of were the catalyst that made them pull their contingency. So
We didn't pull the
This-
trigger. I don't think we are
No.
Now is not
responsible
the
for
time
the-
to
those
argue
actions.
about who did what exactly. Let's just let
Fair.
you focus on doing your
Malachi
thing.
did it.
If this old man is a problem, then we need to speak with everyone involved in the city. We will have to bring the council of the city together and all the influential people. Very well. Let's organize. It looks like you guys could use a rest. And if we have a handle on the situation, we first need to start evacuating and
Yep.
making sure our stores are secure. Very
Say
well.
what you can and assess what the damage is, and then we can reconvene.
If this old man's got the ember veins so worked up, you said you scared him away?
We did.
He did.
He
I'll look to Gord.
The short guy in the group.
Okay. Well, regardless, is there any sort of indication or that he might return?
As long as we are here, yes, he will return.
And why is that exactly?
Well, he's after us.
Why would you tell? Okay.
Because he's Nolan.
Malachi was also afraid of him. He thought that's why he wanted to kill us, because he was afraid for the old man.
Yeah.
So,
He thought he would come back.
Malachi, one of the most grizzled people in the underworld of this city, he was afraid of this man. This man wanted something from you, which you're obviously not going to tell me unless I put some thumb screws to you.
If we leave your city, then your city should be safe from the old man and the elf. So we won't stay here longer than is needed. So at the very least, your city will be safe.
It's a risk we're trying to, make Boris Svetani. Dus die ken niet antwoorden, sorry.
On the other hand, we had the first encounter with this so-called scary old man, and he ran away from us, barely breathing, bloodied, and almost dead. So if we are to combine strengths, we'll just dispatch him like this.
And you think a man like that wouldn't prepare properly the next time?
We can also prepare.
True. What's his name?
Something with Rash.
Make a deception roll. Last one of the day, probably.
Ah, we're back to this again. Charisma-based rolls. We did so well last time.
Yeah.
And we're keeping up with the trend.
Maybe it's best I don't know, but if people are going to ask, next time you better answer. This man's responsible for a lot of hurt, a lot of pain, a lot of suffering in this city. I think we're owed to at least know our enemy. Now, considering your current inn is flooded, there is one in the noble quarter you might be able to use.
I was going to ask.
Could you not tell anyone where we rest, please?
Well, if you're trying to avoid prying eyes of the different thieves guilds and maybe even your friends of the Ember Veins, then me simply not telling is not going to be enough.
No, of course.
So make your way as clandestinely as possible. That's all the hope I can give you. I'm sure they're in a sort of a chaos themselves right now, so maybe you get lucky.
And we shouldn't walk as a group.
And you will see Gord change into a grey old woman. With
Who is
wearing heavy armor.
Who's wearing heavy armor because your gear
Wearing
stays the
heavy
same.
armor. But I have a brown cloak and I'll drape it over me.
All right. You do that in front of the guard captain.
Yeah, sure.
Robin toch.
I don't
Het
care.
is momenten dat je even tactisch...
No, I don't care.
But it's an old woman, so.
But maybe you should care though.
So immediately you see Gord first, because this is not a seamless transition, become pale, featuresless white. All features, just eyes, not even a nose, and a lipless mouth shape from Gord to this decrepit old woman. Immediately, you see the guard captain instinctively reach for her weapon and just stare at you, Gord. That was no magic I have ever seen.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. Dario here earlier just changed in a giant badger and a giant octopus. It's much more impressive.
Yeah, but whatever was that? I'm used to seeing druids and all the like. I've seen people turn into animals before. I've seen the little trick that wizard has done. I've seen a lot of things. Nothing like what you were.
I am a changeling of some sort, and I look at my own hands.
And you said that
what do you want
that
to know?
terrible old man called Rash something is scared of you.
Right.
You make me nervous.
And I give
I'll
him
tell you that much.
a wink. Yeah. I give her a cheeky wink. I'm on your
You
side.
know what? Maybe it's best that you settle your affairs. And maybe point your attention to somewhere else. We'll still talk when the chaos is settled, though. I can see what that old man was on about. Thanks, I've got things to do.
You do too.
With that, you are escorted, or at least shown the door into the now even more flooded lower parts of the city. And that's where we'll end the session.
Right.
Shouldn't we be going to the upper parts instead of the lower parts?
Yeah, you are in the lower part. You are directed to the higher parts where there is the noble district, up more on the hill, let's say. And where there's an inn.
Water and...
Yeah. Alright, guys. That's where I'll end the stream. No pun intended. See? Even an adversarial DM has a hard time straight up killing his players, so there you go.